Hello there, and welcome to another episode of the In Between Podcast. Let's go ahead and get it started. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the In Between Podcast with your host, as always, Kyle McLemore. Thank you so much for tuning in, and before we get too far along here, make sure you do me a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. Go ahead and throw an elbow over there, or go ahead and poke it once or twice. It's definitely appreciated, and it helps the show stay alive. That's right, keeps us pumping out that sweet, sweet content straight to you, the loyal viewer. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wanted to talk about something that happened to me recently. I had a little convo with a telemarketer. Is it, first of all, just me, or has the telemarketing thing gotten insanely out of control? I remember just being an every once in a while kind of thing, you just get a random number and you're like, who the fuck is hello? Oh no, they got me. But now it's I feel like I'm lucky if I get away with a minimum of 1 or 2 calls a day. I feel like it's at a minimum I'm getting at least 1 to 2 a day of just scam likely or spam. It just pops up automatically saying it's already spam before I answer, and it's if you can notify me that it's spam, just go ahead and decline it. Go ahead and just go straight decline. I've read this or watched all these videos about how there's just entire buildings full of people who their entire job from start to from 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, 9 to 5, they're just dialing people, just scamming. Looking for these old people, I imagine, are the ones that they really hit the jackpot with, but usually just ignore it. Usually just let it go to voicemail. Usually just straight decline. But every once in a while, I'll pick it up and just be can you take me off of whatever list I'm on? Take me off. I don't want any more calls. I don't want it to be bothered. Just take me off the list. Usually just ignore it, but I happened to answer it this one time and had a convo with a nice telemarketing lady. And it went a little something like this. I picked it up and, hello. Oh, hello there. It's Mrs. Doubtfire. I'm just calling to see if there was a Billy Joe Bon Jovi. And I'm just no, sorry. She wasn't that Southern, and she wasn't Southern at all. It's just my favorite accent to do is a shitty Southern accent. She was calling asking for somebody. Hey, is Jimmy Joe Bob there? And I said, no, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number. So that's 1. We're at 1 right now. And she goes, oh, well, you wouldn't happen to know any contact info for Billy Joe Bo, or would you? We're trying to get in contact with them for Bloody the Blue. Okay, so now we're 2. 1 was, hey, do you know Billy Joe? And I said, no, you have the wrong number. Now we're at 2. Do you have any contact info for Billy Joe? Which is already a crazy thing to ask, right? Oh, I'm sorry that I dialed the wrong number. Hey, you wouldn't happen to know the person I was trying to call, would you? I know that I dialed your number by mistake, but hey, you wouldn't happen to know this guy I'm trying to find, would you? So already insane, and we're also on 2, right? So I say, no, I just told you have the wrong number. No, I don't know Billy Joe, and I don't have any of his contact info. And then she goes on again, and she keeps going, and she says, well, we're looking to buy some property. You wouldn't happen to have any property you're looking to sell, would you? And so now we hit 3. First was, hey, do you know Billy Joe, whatever? No, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number. Well, you wouldn't happen to know any contact info for Billy Joe, would you? No. Why would I? You called the wrong number. Why would I know who you're calling? And now we're to 3. Well, now that I got you on the line, you wouldn't happen to have any property you want to sell, do you? And so now that we're at 3, now it's play ball, right? Now we can just play the game. I tried to just say, nope, it's all good. Nope, it's all good. And now we're playing the game. So I say, oh, it's your lucky day. You're buying property? Well, guess what? You just hit the jackpot, because guess what? I'm Walt Disney, and I'm selling Disneyland, baby. And she's like, oh, sir, come on now. That's not possible. And I said, not possible? Baby, you lucked out. I'm Walt Disney on the line. I'm ready to go. I'm having a straight-up fire sale. You want to get Pirates of the Caribbean? Well, guess what? It's on sale for only $9.99. You want the whole goddamn Main Street? Well, guess what? I'll throw in a package deal. I'm ready to make a deal right now. And this goes back and forth a little bit. It was a little bit. I've actually never done that before. Where I actually just like tried to. You always see those videos of people messing with the telemarketers, but yeah, this was like the first time I actually just like, I don't know, like the mood just hit me right, where I was just in the mood to be like, all right, we're playing a game. Let's play the game, lady. So yeah, sir, that's not possible. It's possible already. You got Walt Disney on the line. Let's make a deal. But yeah, she's just like, well, I'm sorry, sir. We don't buy that kind of property. And she just clicks and hangs up. And it's like, I'm sorry for wasting your time. I was only trying to tell you 3 times in a row that you got the wrong number. But then when I want to just keep playing, now it's like, I'm sorry, you're wasting my time. Bye. But yeah, so that's something that maybe I'll start doing more of that, just answering my spam likely calls. Maybe it'll finally get me off a couple of these lists. I was thinking it would be kind of fun. Like, that would have been awesome to record that and have that like available for y'all. But unfortunately, it's like they call at such random times. It's like you never know when the telemarketers are gonna strike. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky one day, and I'll have everything set up. Or maybe if I get if I start really paying attention to like their time frames, I can kind of set it up. But I don't know. It's one of life's great mysteries of like how these people just like set up whole buildings of just calling all day, and like I imagine, I mean, if I was them, I'd be looking for the old people, right? Like that's like your money makers, is like these old people who have no idea, and you can just tell them whatever and be like, yeah, give me your credit card info and I can fix I'm calling from your bank, trust me. But yeah, it's a mystery. It's a unsolved mystery tonight on Unsolved Mysteries. Do you guys ever watch? Hey, that was actually an okay transit. Do you guys ever watch Unsolved Mysteries with the great Robert Stack? I wish I could do a tonight on Unsolved Mysteries. Maybe you can solve a mystery. Unsolved Mysteries used to actually like really like kind of like I don't know what not really scare, but kind of like creep me out a little bit, because you know what was weird? What was weird about Unsolved Mysteries is that like it was such a blanket term of like, it was like under such a huge umbrella of like mysteries that it's like they could really like stretch it to like all sorts of things. Like at like certain points it would be like a real true crime story about like somebody who like legitimately has been missing for like several years, and it's like give you the whole story about like Dan Johnson was last seen riding his bike off onto the sunset when a van like approached him, and like he was never seen again. If you have any info about Dan Johnson or this white mysterious van, please call the number below. And it's like, all right, this is like a legit true crime story. This is like legit happening right now. It's like an ongoing investigation. They're trying to find info, but then like they'll just be like, and now coming up next, the Chupacabra. Like, how do you go from like such a really like, we're really trying to solve this mystery of like Becky Sue was married to this guy and she suddenly went missing. If you have any info, please call the number below to try to find Becky Sue. Coming up next, Ghost of the Queen Mary. Coming up next, Bigfoot. We tried to solve them. If you have any info on Bigfoot, please call the number below. It's like they had such a huge, it's like, yeah, 1 minute you're doing this totally true crime story about like Becky Sue missing, and now we're spiraling off onto like the Haunted Mansion or whatever. And then Robert Stack with that fucking, always coming out with that trench coat looking like Detective Dog, or what was that stupid true crime McGruff, looking like he was doing a crime McGruff, or maybe McGruff was like a spinoff on Robert Stack. I don't know. Either way, he was rocking that trench coat with those big old button flaps. Yeah, I just remember that voice, which just makes it weird when you like rewatch stuff like Airplane 2, because it's like he's being so silly and hilarious, but it's like my childhood memories are just of him just scaring the shit out of me, kind of with like telling me about like aliens and ghosts and people who are really missing. But yeah, that could probably start rapping and tapping right there. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of the In Between Podcast. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It definitely helps the show stay alive, and we appreciate you stopping by. I am your host, as always, Kyle McLemore, and we'll see you next time on the pod.